These solar panels have been powering my cabin since 2020, and they are over 400 feet away from my batteries. Today, I'm going to settle once and for all the debate on how far away can you have your solar panels and be making reliable power. I get this question all the time from people because they're in a similar situation to what I am. Here at my off-grid cabin, this hillside sits 300 feet above my cabin, and it's over 400 feet to get down to the power shed. And the fact that this hillside shades the cabin for almost half of the year means I can't reliably put solar panels on the roof of my cabin and keep the batteries charged up. So what I'm going to do is take a reading directly from the solar panels on how much voltage they're putting out, as well as how much amperage. We'll see that at basically 0 feet distance from the panels to the power shed, and then we'll drive down to the power shed and see how many volts and amps we're getting down there. That way we know the difference of that 400 feet, because everybody says there's a huge power loss at that distance. Just look at this chart right here. It actually shows that we should be losing a ton of power over 400 feet. I'm using 8-gauge wire to run these solar panels, and the panels can only put out about 12 to 13 amps. So the cable is rated for 40 amps. Even if I were using 10-gauge wire rated to 30 amps, it'd still be almost double what's necessary to run this many amps. In fact, when I first bought the cabin, I was actually using 12-gauge wire rated to 20 amps, and I was doing this exact same run. But everybody told me that I needed thicker wire, and so I spent way more on thicker wire in order to make this happen. But does it really make a difference? Let's find out. You do need to understand the difference between open circuit voltage, known as VOC, and voltage at max power, VMP. When you look on the back of a solar panel, you're gonna see different numbers back there, and the VOC is gonna be a higher voltage than the VMP. And VOC simply means how much voltage are these panels going to make when they're not sending power. Power is actually a technical term that means watts, and watts is determined by multiplying volts and amps together. You get watts. You want to pay attention to the VOC number, not to exceed the solar input parameter, because you can burn up your charge controller. But the VMP rating is the actual voltage we'll be getting when we're sending power. So in order to check this, I'm going to use this MC4 branch connector, and I'm going to connect these leads to my main solar wires going down, and then the solar panels into one set of these MC4 connectors, leaving me this set open to actually see the exact voltage that's going down to the power shed. I'm just going to tie this one into here, and then this one right into here for the negative. So now I've got a positive and negative available to check the voltage. I know you can't see it from there, but I've got my probes connected, and we are getting 345 to 347 volts DC. Now let's check the amperage. Getting currently 6.3 amps. Now if we take the volts and amps together, we'll get our watts. So doing about 347 volts times 6 amps, we should be somewhere around 2100 watts. I'm gonna go into the app, and would you look at that? We're getting 2.13 kilowatts, or 2,130 watts to go into the system right now. It's funny how math works. It's almost like math doesn't lie. It's 10:32 and 27 seconds right now. Let's run down to the power shed. Let's see what the difference is. Okay, let's go, 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 go. If you like busting myths about solar stuff, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If this is at least your second time on the channel, then yeah, you should definitely already be subscribed by now. And if you made it this far in the video, smash the like button. To get access to the free solar generator comparison chart, check the links down below, as well as the pinned comment. These plugged in. Getting about 340 volts to go into here, jumping up to 347, so no voltage loss there. Now let's check the amps. 6.7 amps. We actually have more amps now. This is saying negative just because of how I have the clamp meter on here. So it seemed like there was a tiny bit of voltage difference. We're gonna call it 340 or 343 times 6.6, 6.7. So we should be closer to 22 or 2300 watts. And on the app, it's showing 2.19. So pretty dang close to what these numbers should be reading out. So I think we did it, right? We've solved the world's problems. We've established that with using a thicker cable and not getting close to the ampacity of the cable seems like a solution for not losing power over distance, because it's over 400 feet. But I think that's pretty definitive. So you guys tell me in the comments down below what I messed up here, but we had over 400 feet. We had a reading within just a few minutes of each other. We factored VOC versus VMP, making sure we're getting the right reading. We checked the ampacity of the exact same cable going at the top and at the bottom. I mean, surely I did something wrong, because this isn't supposed to be possible. But if you want to see how I run my entire off-grid cabin using this, check out this video right here, because that'll show you the beginning to end of how I got this place set up using this system, and how it has a secret backup power option to where even if the solar doesn't work, this place will keep running.